You know T.I.?
Huh?
T.I.?
Who's that?
That's my father. Wait till I get back and see him. Wait till I slap a... Alright, yeah. Yeah, wait till I come back in the market late night. And then it's just you and I you up.
Children gonna be children. Kids will be kids, man. You know what I'm saying? I expect that from them. I expect them to do the wrong thing.
Word on the street is that
people have been saying that King Harris's big mouth might have finally landed him in trouble he can't talk his way out of. King, the 20-year-old son of rap legend Clifford T.I. Harris Jr., has always had a reputation for stirring things up, but one late-night drive in the suburbs turned into headlines everywhere from TMZ to Hip Hop DX that it happened on what seemed like a normal night in October 2024. King was driving a black BMW, pulling out of a gas station in Dunwoody, Georgia.
Yellow lines. I got you. Do you have your license on you?
Went bad fast when King almost sideswiped a police cruiser. Blue lights lit up the street, and within seconds a calm night turned chaotic. Police expected a routine traffic stop. Instead, they found themselves dealing with the son of Atlanta hip-hop royalty with the smell of marijuana in the car, a firearm on his hip, and an active warrant in the system. Body cam footage released online in 2025 showed King keeping cool, hands visible, speaking politely, even while officers noticed both the weed and the weapon.
Some weed in the car, so our procedure is we gotta check it. Is there anything else that I need to be aware of?
Man, I don't want y'all to check the car.
I can't hear you.
I don't want y'all to search the car.
Well, I understand that, but if I smell weed, that's probable cause to search the vehicle.
You're not gonna find nothing. You're gonna find my guns.
Just multiple guns?
I got a stick, an AR.
The surprise came when police ran his name. Records showed an active bench warrant out of Pickens County for skipping a 2022 court date linked to earlier traffic charges, speeding, driving under the influence, and driving with a suspended license. On paper, not major crimes, but missing court turned it into something more serious. Once they confirmed the warrant, the officers cuffed him. Just like that. King Harris, who had spent years online proving his street image, was in the back of a squad car for T.I. It was the nightmare he had predicted. The rapper-turned-businessman had often warned that his son was playing with fire, chasing a lifestyle he didn't need. T.I. had lived that life, himself facing federal weapons charges and countless courtroom battles. He had worked hard to build a safer, wealthier future for his family. But King never seemed interested in the gated lifestyle his parents provided.
Permit, so the warrant is valid and they do want you.
Hello.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I want you to make sure that you know your rights. I'm gonna read your Miranda real quick. Just give me 1 sec. Just gonna read you your Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
This father-son tension had already gone public in 2023 during a Falcons game. King and T.I. got into a heated argument in front of fans and cameras. King shouted that he wasn't raised with silver spoons and had spent more time at his grandmother's rougher neighborhood home than at the family mansion. For King, it was about proving he was authentic. For T.I., it was painful, his son rejecting the stability he had fought so hard to give him. The clip went viral, becoming a social media punchline. So when King was later arrested with marijuana, a gun, and that old warrant, many saw it as T.I.'s warnings coming true. The internet wasted no time mocking both father and son.
The only thing right now is to be able to make a phone call. So when we get there, we can already be figured.
To who? Who are you trying to make a phone call to?
I'm trying to make a phone call to...
Is the twist. Under Georgia law, the marijuana and firearm didn't lead to serious charges. King had a license to carry. Small amounts of marijuana usually mean just a citation. By the next day, October 15, 2024, the warrant was cleared, and King walked out of jail. Legally, it was a minor case, but culturally, it was a bombshell. Hip-hop blogs, gossip outlets, and Twitter feeds lit up. TMZ ran the headline, T.I.'s son, arrested guns and we'd found hot new hip-hop, called it another rapper's kid chasing street credibility. Atlanta Black Star slammed him for wanting to be a thug so badly. Fans quickly picked apart the body cam footage. Some laughed at him for trying to act tough. Others sympathized, pointing out that he remained calm, respectful, and even confused about the warrant. For many, it was the first time they saw King as more than just the flashy kid online. At one point in the video, he even asked if he could call his dad, a vulnerable moment that went viral and became a talking point about father-son relationships. Still, the rumor mill moved faster than the facts. Word spread online that King had been jumped in jail, sentenced to years behind bars, or that T.I. had used his influence to protect him from gang politics inside. None of that was ever confirmed. But in hip-hop culture, rumors often hit harder than the truth. Adding another layer to the story, King was about to become a father. He even joked, "I'm going to raise this child to torture you the way you tortured me." Weeks after his arrest, on November 5, 2024, King and his longtime girlfriend, Jania Big Nana Eeps, welcomed their first child, King Junior. 1 month. He was in cuffs asking to call his dad. The next he was holding his own son, announcing publicly, "Welcome King Jr. time to take over." The irony wasn't lost on anyone. It was a whirlwind, clout chasing one moment, real responsibility the next. Even T.I. tried to laugh it off during an interview on Hot 107.9, but behind the jokes, it was clear the situation weighed heavily on him. After all, he had worked for years to leave the streets behind, only to see his son walking toward the same dangers. For T.I., this wasn't just another headline, it was personal. Behind the scenes, insiders say he was calling lawyers, making connections, and doing whatever he could to protect King. Meanwhile, King was facing fatherhood just as his relationship with his own father grew more strained. T.I. knows firsthand how quickly keeping it real can land you in prison or worse. In 2009, he served a year in federal prison for gun charges, after years of dodging cases and conflicts. That's the same life King seems determined to test, posting guns on Instagram, talking tough, and arguing with his dad in public. And since the Harris family lives in the spotlight between hip-hop fame and reality TV, none of it stays private. Every argument, every viral clip, every run-in with police plays out in front of the world. The Harris family has lived in the public eye for years thanks to shows like T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle. So when King slips up, it doesn't just land on gossip blogs. It hits mainstream media, fans, and even people outside of hip-hop. His October 2024 arrest turned into a full-blown media storm, partly because the world already felt invested in his story. Viewers had watched King grow up on TV. They'd seen T.I. talk about fatherhood and second chances. So when the problem child narrative started spreading, it was too easy for people to latch onto it. King wasn't just a young man with an old bench warrant anymore. He became a symbol of what every famous family struggles with, keeping kids grounded in a culture that glorifies street credibility. But King's actions aren't random teenage rebellion. They're calculated steps in a fight over identity. In hip-hop, being the child of a legend is both a blessing and a burden. Doors open faster, but criticism hits harder. Look at Coi Leray battling constant comparisons to her father Ben, or Lil Romeo trying to step out of Master P's shadow. King knows this pressure well. He's even compared his relationship with T.I. to Ghost and Tariq from Power. The father building an empire to protect his son, and the son who sees that protection as control. Fans saw that dynamic during the Falcons game argument and again in the bodycam footage. King trying to hold on to pride, yet asking if he could call his dad. It's a power struggle filled with love, but twisted by ego, fame, and hip-hop's obsession with realness. The irony. While King tries to prove he's not just a spoiled kid, nearly everything he does gets labeled as exactly that. When he shows guns online, critics say he's playing gangster from a mansion. When he gets arrested, blogs call it a failed stunt. When he raps about pain and struggle, people question if he's ever lived it. It's a trap. The harder he pushes to escape his father's shadow, the more the internet paints him as T.I.'s privileged but reckless son. And on social media, his mistakes go viral much faster than his music. Take his 2024 single Dear Son, released after he became a father. Fans didn't just listen for the lyrics, they wanted to see if the mugshot kid had finally grown up. Did he show regret, growth, or more defiance? The drama overshadowed the art. For T.I. it's painful. This isn't about brand protection, it's about a father watching his son ignore warnings he's given for years. Insiders say that when King was arrested, T.I. didn't vent online. Instead, he worked the phones calling lawyers, talking to clerks, and even checking in with street contacts to make sure things didn't spiral. He knows firsthand that one bad night can change a life. But he also knows a father can only do so much when his 20-year-old son insists on walking the hard path. Publicly, T.I. plays it cool. Privately, it cuts deep. And yet, King becoming a father himself changes the story. Suddenly, the kid chasing authenticity now has a child watching him. T.I. once went to prison before turning his life around. Now he sees his own journey reflected back at him, but moving faster, messier, and with the whole world watching online. The big question, will fatherhood slow King down, or push him even harder to prove himself? The internet might mock him, but underneath the gossip is a real human struggle. A young man torn between rejecting privilege and chasing a street life he doesn't fully understand, and a father torn between love and tough love. That's why people can't look away. This isn't just another celebrity scandal, it's a modern hip-hop fable. Fame gave King safety, but safety doesn't sell records or respect. T.I. built wealth so his kids wouldn't struggle. Now that very comfort is what King resents. Parents relate to T.I., trying to guide kids who won't listen. Young adults relate to King, desperate to prove independence, even if it means making mistakes. That's why every clip goes viral, every mugshot becomes a meme, and every father-son argument turns into a debate. At the center of it all, King Harris stands at the most important crossroads of his young life. One path keeps him stuck: viral mugshots, Instagram rants, and a music career buried under gossip. The other path is harder but far more powerful: growing up, owning fatherhood, building a career that shows he's more than just T.I.'s wild son. The birth of King Jr. could be the turning point. Becoming a dad at 20 is hard for anyone, but under a spotlight, it's life-changing. Overnight, the internet's favorite troublemaker became somebody's father, and that responsibility can either build him or break him. From now on, every move King makes will echo louder, not just because of social media, but because a child will be watching. If he can channel his struggles into music, he has a real chance to turn things around. Hip-hop has always respected artists who turn pain into storytelling. Look at Meek Mill or 21 Savage, who transformed legal trouble into powerful art. King's October 2024 arrest, his clashes with T.I., the internet jokes, all of it could fuel raw, relatable records if he's willing to be honest. His track, Dear Son, hinted at maturity, but one song isn't enough. He needs consistency, authenticity, and music that feels lived, not borrowed. Drama might get clicks, but respect is the only currency that can free him from the Just T.I.'s kid label. Still, the challenge is huge. Hip-hop fans are brutally tough on rap royalty. If you're born into fame, people expect greatness or failure, nothing in between. Coyle Ray faced it, Jaden Smith faced it, Diggy Simmons faced it, and now King is facing it while also trying to survive in a culture that celebrates danger and struggle. The same fans who mock him for being privileged also demand he prove he's real. It's a no-win trap. Too privileged to be street, too street to be polished, too famous to be normal, too unproven to be legendary. And all of this happens under T.I.'s massive shadow platinum albums, hit singles, TV shows, and business success. Every step King takes is compared to that. Even his mistakes reflect back on his father, turning private family issues into trending news. It's no wonder King keeps pushing to prove himself. But fatherhood could change that script. Raising a child has a way of cutting through ego and forcing a person to focus. T.I. has admitted fatherhood helped him reinvent his life after prison. King now has the same opportunity to stop proving he's tough and start proving he's responsible. Hip-hop loves a redemption story just as much as it loves drama. If King can turn his image from reckless son of a legend to young father and artist who grew up in the public eye, fans might finally root for him instead of clowning him. He doesn't have to stay stuck in the cycle of chasing clout. He can take the pain of being misunderstood and turn it into something powerful. The bigger picture, King's choices will shape how people view hip-hop families. T.I. was one of the first trap rappers to build generational wealth and showcase fatherhood on TV. If King rises, it proves the second generation can stumble, learn, and still build greatness. If he falls, it feeds the idea that rap royalty kids can't handle the pressure. That's why the world cares. Because this isn't just about gossip. It's about what happens when the first wave of trap kings raises kids in a culture that still glorifies the streets they fought to escape. And the spotlight isn't leaving. Every post, every single, every interview will be dissected. If King raps about street life, critics will tear him down. If he goes conscious, they'll doubt his authenticity. If he stays quiet, rumors will fill the silence. That's the reality of growing up famous in 2025. Your life becomes content whether you want it to or not. But King does control one thing: his choices. If he focuses on his craft, avoids unnecessary beef, and embraces fatherhood, he could slowly rebuild his reputation. People love comebacks more than DOWNFALLS. The real story isn't about one arrest or a rumor from jail. It's about a father and son caught between two worlds, one who fought to escape the trap, and one trying to prove he's real without seeing the danger ahead. That's about cycles. Children of legends searching for identity, fame feeling like a cage, and love between father and son tested under a microscope. King Harris still has time to grow, time to flip the narrative, time to become more than a viral headline. The only question is whether he'll take that chance or keep chasing an image that won't love him back. Either way, the world is watching. Every step King takes now as an artist, a father, and a man will decide if his story ends in redemption or regret. He may still be living under T.I.'s shadow, but this is his chapter too, right? And the ending is up to him.